In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your first Zoom meeting using the Zoom app on your device, and we are going to start all the way at the beginning as if you do not have a Zoom account yet. So let's get started. First, make sure that you have downloaded the Zoom Cloud Meeting app from your App Store or Google Play Store. Once you have the app downloaded, open the app and it will take you to the main page. Here you can either join a meeting, sign up, or sign in. Now, if you already have a Google account, like you use Gmail to check your email, then instead of doing sign up, you're going to do sign in. And it just makes it easier because you sign in with your Google login. So I'm going to select Google, and then it says it wants to use your Google to sign in. So I'm going to click continue, and it's going to come up and ask you to select your email account you want to use. Okay, once you're logged in, this is what you will see. You have a couple of options at the top. As far as starting a Zoom, you have two options. You can either start a new meeting immediately, or you can schedule a Zoom meeting to start later. Let's look at how to start a new meeting immediately. I'm going to tap on the orange and do new meeting. I'm going to click start a meeting. Okay, so it's going to ask how do I want others to join. So I'm going to do call using internet audio because I'm connected to Wi-Fi. And now down here at the bottom, I have a couple of options. But first I need to invite participants to join. So I'm going to tap on participants and I'm going to invite. Now keep in mind, everyone that is in the meeting right now can still hear me. No one is in mine, but if people were, when you're sending invites, people can still hear you when you click off of this. So I can either send them an email, and it's going to pop up to send an email. I can send them a message, and that's going to be like a text message. I can invite contacts if you have contacts in Zoom, or I can copy the URL. And let me show you what this does. So if I go, I'm just going to paste what it copied just to show you. So I paste it, and that is just a direct link to this Zoom. And so that's what you would post like on your Google Classroom or in Facebook or something like that. Okay, now also down here at the bottom, you have the option to mute. So this would mean that the participants can no longer hear me. Okay, if something was going on in the background and I wanted to stop my video, I could do stop video, and it's just going to pull up your profile picture from the Google account that you used to sign in. Okay, I have the option to share content, and so I could share my screen, share something from my photos, share something from my Google Drive, whatever. Okay, so those are just the different options. I can also flip my camera around if I needed to. And now let's see, I'm going to end this. Whenever you end it, you have two options. You as the host can either leave the meeting and allow it to keep going with the other participants continuing to talk, or you can end the meeting, and that means it ends for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Okay, and now you just created your own Zoom just by creating that first meeting. So now let's do schedule a meeting. So I'm going to schedule a meeting. Let's just call it office hours. Okay, I want to change when it starts, say 10 a.m. today. I can set the duration. Say I want it to be an hour. And I can choose this to repeat. So I can repeat this every day or each week at this time. I'm not going to repeat it right now. It is set to go to my iCalendar because I allowed it access to my calendar. Now this is not my Google Calendar for the Google account I used to sign in. This is the calendar that's on my device. So don't think that you're setting it up to go to your Google account just because you used it to sign in. Maybe if you have an Android, it's going to your Google, but iPhone users, it's going to your iCalendar. Okay, you can require a password. I turn that off just because it's a little bit more difficult, because if you give them the direct link, then they can just go ahead and jump in. But if you make them require a password, then they might type it in wrong, especially if you're dealing with students. So I just turn that off because I'm not really worried about other people jumping in to my Zoom that don't need to be there. And then I always, on this audio option, allow telephone and device audio. Okay, so I'm going to click done. And this is letting it add the event. So I'm going to add the event, and then now you can see it right there under the orange and blue buttons. That's my scheduled meeting. So if I go down here to the bottom to meetings, it's going to show all the meetings that I have scheduled. And I can start it right now if I want to. So say that it's like 9:55 and I want to go ahead and start the meeting so that people can get on a little early. I can do that from here. If I tap on it, I can add people to it. So I can the same options with when I started the meeting earlier. I can send an email, send a message, or copy that to the clipboard and then go and paste it in a Facebook post or Google Classroom. From here, I can also delete the event. Okay, so that's how to start your Zoom meeting from start to finish. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, please email me if you have my email or comment below.